Hello everyone, my name is Chris Roedel of Dynamo Pro Wrestling, and we are here at the Live Juke Joint in Maplewood, Missouri for a very special interview with the Dynamo Pro Heavyweight Champion, the King of Chaos, Ricky Cruz. Welcome Ricky, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, enjoying the time here.
Alright, we're going to talk a little bit about this, what's brought us to this between you and Jake Dirden. And many fans would think that this started back when you took the title the first time, but actually this goes back to all the way to early in 2013. Prior to Jake Dirden leaving for Japan to wrestle for Pro Wrestling Noah. You were the last person to wrestle him, and you told him that he would represent Dynamo Pro Wrestling very well in Japan. What were your feelings after that match?
Well, let's start from the beginning, because that's not the beginning of it. The beginning of it is when I go to the Dynamo Pro dojo and start helping Jake Dirden to get ready to go to Japan. I start training with him at 11 o'clock at night after I get out of work. I go to the gym, tired, just so I could help him be better and be ready to Japan. And then I get in the ring with him here in Dynamo, and what I thought it was going to be a nice match, showing what we got to the crowd, and then I get screwed and lose in not a pretty way. You saw what happened that night. You saw what I did. I just walked out because I'm a competitor. If you beat me 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring, I'll shake your hand. But if you screw me like you did, he has hell to pay. That's what's been going on.
So you're referring to the incident with the referee where you did not tap out. The ref called for the bell and made Jake Dirden the #1 contender that night.
Exactly. I'm glad that you realize what happened with the ref. I'm glad that he's not here anymore, because then he will have hell to pay too.
All right. Fast forward. You left Dynamo Pro Wrestling. You came back, and the executive director at the time started putting you in matches in the opening part of the card. What were your feelings during that time returning to Dynamo Pro Wrestling?
Well, I left for 8 months, and I received a call from the company asking me to come back. And then when I come back, instead of being the #1 contender, I'm opening the show. I'm wrestling with guys that, don't get me wrong, I would love to help anybody in the card. I would love to help anybody in the Midwest to become a better wrestler. And I don't want to sound like, with a big head or whatever, but I didn't deserve to be on the first matches of the Dynamo Pro show. I've been everywhere, and I've wrestled the best talent, not only in the Midwest, but in all these states. I didn't deserve to be in that position. And that's what created issues with me in the office at that time.
Once you worked your way back up the ladder, you did receive your opportunity against Jake Dirden, and there was a war. You two battled each other. You ended up taking this title. You ended this reign, and in the rematch, you handcuffed him. You used the ring, part of the ring, and you threatened to shave his head. What were your thoughts in that time? What caused that?
I think you look better with the shaved head, don't you? Now, let's be honest. He was taking advantage of all the situations that I was having with the office. So I said, it's enough. I'm going to take everyone out and get the belt that I deserve. So he was handcuffed and beat up. The operations guy got beat up. Is he around anymore? Right? There's a reason for that. The refs got beat up with a kendo stick. Everyone that got in the ring and tried to stop me from becoming the champ got beat up.
Well, you also became the only multi-champion where you held both the heavyweight title and the tag title at the same time. Jake Dirden became a substitute for an injured Rocket, and he subsequently took the tag titles from you. Could you see a change in his demeanor during that time?
It's not about demeanor. Let's be honest. He's a great competitor. I'm not going to take that away from him. Even if I want to beat him bad, I'm not going to take that away from him. I was the first person ever to hold the tag belt and the heavyweight belt. And that put a fire on his behind. He wanted to change his demeanor, like you said. No, he wanted my belt. Now, like I said, when you put this in paper, when you put this in front of someone and read it to them, it makes me look like I just want to be the best and I just do whatever it takes to be the champ. No, it's not like that. I go to the shows to have a good match, to enjoy the time with the fans, and to make everyone remember the show so they come back the next time. But it's people like Dirden, people like Espinosa, that makes the shows not be so enjoyable. That makes me mad. And when they make me mad, the show and the good Ricky Cruz and the happy, let's have some fun with the fans, Ricky Cruz goes away. And that's when the King of Chaos came into play.
You went on a very successful tour in Puerto Rico, and you brought back more gold, the IWRG Radiating Championship. Mexico. Sorry, my apologies. How did it feel to bring that gold back to Dynamo Pro Wrestling?
Well, it's not about bringing the gold here. Like I said, I went over there to represent Puerto Rico. I'm the first one ever to win that belt twice in 40 years of the company. I'm the only foreigner that has won it twice in the history of the company. And I brought the belt here. It's in the same way that when I was a champ, I went and took the belt from Dynamo Pro and defended it overseas. It's my job as a champion, or my job as representing a company, to open the horizon for them and go farther than anybody else have done before. And I'll give you an example. Tell me one champion from Dynamo Pro, tag team, not D1 because we're going to start with that now, or heavyweight, that has taken that belt outside of Dynamo to defend it.
Off the top of my head, I cannot think of any.
There's no one, because they defend it at 2 shows a month at Dynamo. I did that, and plus took it overseas to defend it, because I believe in Dynamo. I think it's the best company in the Midwest, and people like Dirden, like SB, and people like that, instead of trying to help me get the name of Dynamo out there, they want to just take all the gold and just put them over instead of the company. That's what I don't like about this.
Well, when you returned, you had several great matches for that IWRD title. However, you were also granted your #1 contendership. And when you wrestled Jake Dirden, some say that you had a little bit of help from the office, but what was it like taking that belt from Jake Dirden?
Help from the office? Me and the office have never gotten along since I got here. What make you think, or what makes them think that I have help from the office? Because Dirden was cheating, and the office came in and said, we're not going to allow you to keep doing this, and finally put a stop to it and put a good referee, put someone who could do the job. Now, it's not my fault that Dirden tried to mess with the guy who was the referee. That's not my fault. But when he turned and I saw the opportunity, knocked out 1, 2, 3. That's what it is. I'm the new champ.
Well, now let's talk about the last couple times you guys have been in the same building together. I'm talking about the Stratford. I'm also talking about the Ready Room. The last 2 times that you guys have been in the same building together, there's been physical and verbal altercations, which has resulted in several pull-aparts where members of the announcing staff, security, the wrestlers in the locker room, management, had to separate you two from getting at each other because of the fear of what's going to do. What drives that hatred?
Like I said, when you help someone to become who he is, and instead of being grateful, he becomes a clown and becomes someone that shouldn't be even in wrestling. But instead of being grateful to the fans that cheer for you, you scream at them and treat them like dirt. That's what bothers me. And then I become the champ, and instead of being happy for me, the guy that helped you, you act like you do. And not only that, I want you to understand something. Wrestling is one thing, but what is going on is not wrestling anymore. This is personal, and whoever don't believe it, they just have to watch the videos from the Ready Room of the Stratford. Watch that video. I did something that I could be banned from wrestling for what I did. I grabbed someone who had a ticket, put him over the rail, and threw him through the ground. That's completely illegal. That's completely not supposed to happen. And I got fined. And I got fined big for that. But what's going on, let me talk, because that's why I'm here. But what's going on with that is that then he goes to the Ready Room and he tries to do the same thing, and he did even worse. He jumped the rail to get into the ring. When he was already done, he was not part of the show anymore. He got thrown out. Now, I got fined, he got fined. I told him I will put every single belt that I have right now on my waist, which is 4, just to get him in the ring. Nobody has said nothing. The only thing I hear is that the office is tired of the situation between him and me, and they're going to put us in the ring. I don't even know how they are sanctioning this match, because I'm letting you know, and I want everyone to know, this is not going to be a wrestling match. I have a background in martial arts, and I plan to use every single thing that I know on this guy. He thinks that because he's a big guy, he thinks, you know what, Dirt, you think that because you're a big guy, that because you're tall, that you're strong, I should be scared? You know, light poles are bigger and dogs pee on them. I'm not scared of you. I teach you everything you know, but you don't know everything I know. So, now back to you. You think this is gonna end well?
I have this feeling it's going to be a severe altercation. It's going to be a fight.
A severe altercation.
Severe altercation.
This. I want to keep calm because you have nothing to do with this. I advise you that day to not do what you tried to do at the Stratford. As a friend, you and the camera people and everyone, don't try to separate us because it's not a match. This is gonna get ugly. This is gonna get bloody, and I may not shave his head with a machine or with scissors, but I'm gonna kick the hell out of him. I'm gonna knock his teeth, and I'm gonna show him what really a man is about when you mess with him.
So, with that being said, do you have any final words for the Dynamo Pro fans going into the event on January 9th?
Come and see something different. You're never seeing Ricky Cruz like this. They talk about the King of Chaos because of what I do with wrestling. Wait to see what it's going to be like when Dirden make this person. No more fun and games. It's going to get ugly.
Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Cruz. It has been a pleasure. I also would like to thank our friends here at the Live Juke Joint in Manchester, or Maplewood, Missouri. So please come out and join them, and we will see you January 9th at the Stratford Bar and Grill.